Sweetie Abochi, and you're live on the AM show. This is the AM News. And details now. The Teachers and Educational Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress is pushing back against efforts by a splinter group attempting to undermine the union. The breakaway group, which is also using the name TEWU, is accused of doing everything possible to weaken TEWU of TUC, which has existed for nearly 60 years. As a media briefing, General Secretary King James Azobita stated that beyond legal action, the union is exploring other strategies to address the issue. I will tell you more in this report.
Teachers and Educational Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress continue to fight to exert its weight as the sole group representing members. With a population of over 85,000 members across the country, TEWU of TUC is exploring options available to ward off another group formed by some past executives bearing the same name and competing for space. This is said to have resulted in tension on campuses of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and University for Development Studies, with no clear ending in sight. King James Azotiba is the General Secretary for TEWU of TUC.
Regarding council representation on the public universities, the various public universities acts and status governing the institutions clearly designate the Teachers and Educational Workers Union as the representative union for specific staff categories on the Universities Council. Recently, our representatives were sworn in to the governing councils of the public universities in accordance with what is stipulated in the Universities Acts and Status. We want to use this opportunity to commend His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, President John Mahama, and the Minister of Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, who is also a legal luminary.
King James Azotiba says the union will uphold the principles of the 1992 Constitution.
Regrettably, some university management officials seem to tacitly support the actions and misbehavior of the breakaway groups. And we strongly condemn such acts. And we expect strict adherence to the Public Universities Acts and the statutes that are laws establishing the various public universities. In conclusion, Sister Chair, the Teachers and Educational Workers Union of TUC will uphold the principles of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana and protect its heritage.
Meanwhile, Secretary General of TUC, Joshua Ansah, has assured TEWU that TUC will continue to help them fight this cause.
We will support TEWU because we know that they are the right union that has been existing for 58 years and above in the public. So why the sudden change? We want to urge the vice chancellors and all those who matters in this matter to read their history about TEWU of TUC and the newly born TEWU Ghana. In some jurisdictions, it will not be entertained at all. Using TEWU Ghana, I mean, it's unheard of. So I think that it is rightful for TUC to back our affiliate in fighting a just cause, because the law and the act is in their favor and don't have to sit down until the die is cast before TUC will come in.
For TEWU of TUC, the earlier these challenges are addressed, the better for the country.
Moving on, traditional authorities in communities hosting the Wea Lithium Project have raised concerns over delays in the project's commencement, which they say have disrupted the livelihoods of about 1,000 affected farmers and property owners. Originally scheduled to begin in the second quarter of 2025, the project remains in limbo as government approval for Barari DV Ghana Limited's mining lease is still pending. At a press briefing, the chiefs questioned the government's commitment, citing growing economic pressure on the young people who were employed for the project. There's more in this report.
the nananum of the host communities of the Wea Lithium Project would like to address the media and the public regarding concerns with the delay in the start of the Wea Lithium mine. What are the government's plans for the project? We should note that we have seen the start date of the project changed due to the delay in ratifying the lease. The delay is causing economic strain, especially for the youth already employed by the project. Losing jobs will be a big problem as the uncertainty surrounding the ratification and mine start date is worrying. The declaration of moratorium since December 2023 has put about 700 affected members, 700 affected farmers and 300 property owners in a dilemma about when to resume full cultivation and to continue their structure development in confidence. Call to action. Message to the government, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. We urge the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and all government institutions involved to expedite ratification process to enable the project to move forward, revive interest and confidence in the Wea Lithium Project, and bring promised benefit to our communities. If there are reasons for the delay or concerns about the project's advancements, we must be informed so we can communicate transparently to our people. If there are reasons for the delay or concerns about the project's advancement, we must be informed so we can communicate transparently to our people. We further call on our MP, Honorable Prince Ahin, Dr. Honorable Felix Kwachi Fosu, to support our call and the project.
A youth group in the Kalio Traditional Area of the Upper West region is urging President John Mahama to prioritize merit, fairness and competence in appointing a district chief executive, that's the DCE, for Nadoli Kalio. At a press conference, the group's acting president, David Jawara Bani, said the youth are ready to support leadership committed to inclusive development. He called on political actors, traditional and opinion leaders to prioritize peace and development over personal interest, as the district remains one of two in the region yet to confirm a DCE nominee. Joy News' Upper West regional correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Kalio.
According to the group Concerned Youth of Kalio Traditional Council, their press conference is to express their displeasure over what they called divisive, discriminatory and inflammatory comments, which they believe has not only the tendency to undermine the peace between the Nadoli and the Kalio traditional areas, but also threatens the peace, stability, and social cohesion of the broader Nadoli Kalio district as well. Constituency women organizer of the NDC in the Nadoli Kalio constituency, Mary Haruna, was nominated by the president for the position of the district chief executive. She was, however, rejected by the 52-member assembly after she garnered 24 yes votes against 28 no votes. Tempest flared up after the elections, eliciting some verbal hot exchanges between the two entrenched opposite power blocks. In some cases, there were altercations. Addressing the press conference, acting president of the Concerned Youth of Kalio Traditional Council, David Jawara Bani, cautioned that no individual or group of persons holds the monopoly of political leadership or government appointments.
We condemn in the stronger terms all comments and actions that promote division, tribalism, sectionalism, segregation and hate in the selection of the DCE. 2. we call on the appointing authorities, particularly the President, His Excellency John Mahama, and all relevant stakeholders to remain firm, fair, and focused on competence and merit over particular interests. What we see is that there are some people who think that they deserve to be DCs, and for that matter, any other person that is brought, they will kick against that person, which we are saying that we will not agree. We won't allow today, we won't allow tomorrow. 3, we urge all political actors from the region to the constituency executives, constituency level, the traditional leaders and opinion leaders to act with sense of responsibility and restraint, prioritizing peace and development over personal greed, personal vendetta, or partisan gain.
Now, as the world celebrated Mother's Day yesterday, let me tell you about the trip Joy FM had with mothers to the Safari Valley Eco Resort. It was indeed a day filled with love, well spent with mamas dancing to old tunes and spending quality, uninterrupted time with their children. Hannah Odami, my colleague, was there with them and shares more in this report.
In 2001, I had a very major car accident, and then I had to be admitted at 37 for 6 months. I couldn't walk, I couldn't bath, I couldn't do anything. So she has to leave all my other siblings and come and sleep on the floor at 37 and take care of me for 6 months until I finally started walking. And it's an amazing thing. It's not all mothers who would do that. And then I really appreciate what she did. I will never forget this.
The children sharing memories of how their mothers have been of great help to them.
When I gave birth, she was there. Finally, when my husband passed, about 9 years ago, she has left her matrimonial home and she has been staying with me. These and many more tributes were accompanied with gifts from sponsors. Prior to that, the team was shown the wildlife at the resorts. This really intrigued the mothers and other patrons.
A great place for everyone to learn, to come and learn, to see nature.
There was a lot that I learned from here, because the animal species and the bird species, most of them were not known to me.
There was variety of meals to choose from. And of course, Safari Valley gave mothers a treat. Chef Romaric Foley is overjoyed that the mamas love his food.
You have a Victoria sandwich, you have full platter, you have orange, you have pineapple, you have watermelon. Yeah. Because you guys are special for Safari Valley. Because of that, I give you guys special food.
Now, the verdict of the mothers who were brought here by their children.
This place is very, very enjoyable. I enjoy it.
It's fantastic for me. It's nice. And I love everything here. So I'm happy, so much happy.
Both mothers and children have many, many unforgettable moments from this day. From the Safari Valley Eco Resort, I am Hannah Odami for Joy News.
Well, if you missed it this time, make sure you don't miss it next year. And on that note, moving on, the Central Regional Minister, Ekopenyi Eduamochiri, has admonished education stakeholders to steer health education towards preventive measures against unsanitary environment. At the launch of the 10th anniversary of the University of Cape Coast School of Allied Health Sciences, the minister strongly advocated for courses that provide immediate solutions to bad sanitation, urging the stakeholders to utilize new media. Now, the minister's suggestion comes at a time the central region is focused on eradicating cholera, as hopes for significant decline is recorded in cases. There's more in this report.
The 10th anniversary celebration of the University of Cape Coast School of Allied Health Sciences is founded on the theme, A Decade of Allied Health Education, Innovating for the Future of Allied Health Sciences. According to the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, Professor Dennis Wolanyo Aheto, the celebration emphasizes innovative projects in allied health sciences that will help enhance healthcare delivery.
The anniversary celebrations highlight innovative research and projects in allied health sciences, which will afford our students and staff the opportunity to present technological or process innovations aimed at improving healthcare delivery. This will be seen in the workshops and seminars that seek to develop the knowledge and expertise of students and staff in healthcare research methods and emerging technologies. Among other things, the anniversary celebrations will help the school to contribute to selected underserved communities in the central region through community outreach programs.
The Dean of the School of Allied Health Sciences, Professor Desmond Omanie Champong, highlighted the significance of the celebration.
10 years ago, what began as a visionary step by the University of Cape Coast and has blossomed into a vibrant school comprising highly skilled faculty, dedicated students, impactful alumni, all contributing meaningfully to the Ghana healthcare landscape. Today, we celebrate not only our past and present, but also our aspiration for the future. The theme for the celebration, a decade of allied health education, innovating for the future of allied health sciences, is both a reflection and a charge. It reminds us of the strides we have made over the past decade in producing competent, ethical, and forward-thinking allied health professionals, and also challenges us to embrace innovation as we shape the next chapter of our story.
Some strong words and suggestions were shared by the Central Regional Minister, Honorable Ekopeng Ineduamwa Otri.
Doctor, the course you just announced, what the name fits you very well. Then I also would like to introduce another course, Bola therapy. Bola. Something is wrong with the education system. And so while we're advocating for opening of new courses, let's not forget to introduce courses that will solve our immediate needs.
From Cape Coast, Abigail Lissel Nkrumah reports for Joy News.
In other news, the CEO of Rural Water Development Program Ghana and founder of the Northern College of Science and Technology, Dr. Nathaniel Adams Jr., has called for the establishment of a smock market in Yendi to promote traditional wear. Speaking as guest speaker at the inauguration of the Yendi Youth Parliament, he noted that no such market exists across the 5 northern regions and challenged the youth to lead the initiative. He emphasized the smock's importance as official traditional attire for Ghanaian men. There's more in this report.
The National Youth Parliament in Ghana is a platform for youth to engage in government decision-making and advocate for their interests. It's a formalized youth structure at the national, regional, and district levels, aiming to provide a space for young people to discuss issues, hold leaders accountable, and mobilize youth for action. The so-called project is supporting 48 districts' parliament in the northern region. Speaking at the inauguration, Dr. Nathaniel Adams Jr. encouraged the parliament to consider setting up a smock market in Yendi.
What I have seen here, if you are there and you are hoping to climb up in politics, be smart, because these kids will take over. The youth we are having here have shown us the ability, the strength, and the potential that they are capable only if they are guided and guided well. I take the challenge from the NCC leader to support whatever is going on in this parliament, and I'll do that when the opportunity comes. I am in a small. It's a gift. It was given me by a citizen of Yendi. I wear smoke a lot, those who know me. I buy smoke from Tamale, the smoke chief. The last time I visited him, I told him I am getting challenges with your smoke. And look, Yendi is challenging me. So I went with my smoke and gave it to them. There are a lot of things that are here today. SOCO is supposed to empower you. It's supposed to build infrastructure. SOCO is supposed to put your knowledge together, empower you through what? I hear skill development, and it tells me many other things, skill development and others. Here I want you as well, the media, to take notes. Please, I want to challenge this parliament with the support of the traditional authorities. As one of your goals, take it up. Let's consider this parliament putting together a way to set up a Yendi small market.
That takes us to our business update now with Benjamin Akaku.
Let's delve right into our business updates. And some Ghanaian exporters have expressed concern over the continued appreciation of the Ghana cedi against the American dollar, warning that it could negatively impact their revenue and cash inflows. They argue if the trend persists, it could derail their annual budgets and increase operational costs. Strong performance, exporter George Bonya called for government's intervention to cushion exporters from the effects of the currency's appreciation.
Of the litigation. The litigation is having too much toll. It's just having a lot of toll on our people. And we think that the litigation is not helping anybody. You've been to court, the court has thrown you out. You filed an injunction to stop the current holders of the lease from proceeding. The court says no, we disagree. Government did what it had to do. And so there's absolutely nothing wrong if the current holders of the lease decide or proceed with the operations of the mine. But they are still lurking around, filing one suit or the other. And we do not think it's in the interest of the companies, it's in the interest of workers, and certainly it's not in the interest of the community, and by extension the country. And so there's an urgent need for some closure on the matter. There's also the matter of parliamentary ratification of mining leases, which increasingly is becoming an issue. I do not see why Minerals Commission and by extension Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources haven't gone through due diligence and done what they have to do by law. Should be difficult for Parliament to do the needful by ratifying these leases. It's a constitutional matter, obviously. It's a matter that requires Parliament to consider before ratification is done. But we believe that business efficacy requires that government prioritizes some of these things and get it going. Because as I speak to you now, one of the contentious issues is about whether or not the Bogosu Prestea mining lease has been ratified by Parliament. And that is also gradually becoming a bottleneck. We do not think it should be so. So as quickly as possible, we expect that the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, through the relevant committees, would make this available to Parliament for consideration and ratification.
Well, on that note, marking the cedi stability, we cap off our business updates for the morning. Handing over back to Sweetie Abochi.
And for bringing us business updates. And that wraps up the AM News Bulletin on the AM Show. Stick with us because we're back in a bit with a news review segment, and our guest will join us in the studio. We'll be right back.